Welcome back. This week, for our AMC Eagle identification series, we will be talking about the 3 different transfer cases that were available in the Eagles throughout its production. First up is the New Process 119 transfer case. This was available from 1980 to 1982, but it was the only transfer case available in 1980. It had a viscous coupling to make the four-wheel drive work. So when the one drive shaft would slip, it would heat up that viscous fluid and then locking both outputs of the transfer case together in order to make it four-wheel drive. This transfer case was also full-time four-wheel drive only. There was no two-wheel drive option. Next up is the New Process 129. It was an option in 1981 and 1982, and then was standard in 83, 84, 85, 87, and 88. It worked nearly the same as the NP129, except this one allowed shifting between two-wheel drive and four-wheel drive. From 1981 to 1984, the driver had to stop, pull a knob, and then flip a switch to go from two-wheel drive to four-wheel drive. In 1985, 1987, and 1988, it was a simple shift on the fly. There was no knob to pull. The switch could just be flipped at speed, and it would engage four-wheel drive. The final transfer case that could be had in an AMC Eagle was available only in 1986, and it was the New Process 128. Now, much like the NP129 from 85 and then 87 and 88, this allowed shift on the fly from two-wheel drive to four-wheel drive. However, it did not have the viscous coupling that the NP129 and NP119 had. This used an open-type differential, so if one axle had grip and the other axle did not have grip, it was sending the power to whichever axle had a wheel that was spinning. You may have noticed how all of those transfer cases started with the manufacturer, New Process, and then the first number was a 1, NP119, NP129, NP128. That 1 means that it was a single-speed transfer case, so it only has high range. Whereas if you think about more common transfer cases like NP205, NP231, NP241, that 2 means it's a dual-speed transfer case, so it has high range and low range. Now, for trail riding, this low range is very important. In this next clip, I will have my Eagle off-road with its stock NP128 transfer case, and you can see it's not really idling at low RPM over these obstacles. It is spending a lot of time, in the torque converter, using a lot of throttle to go slowly short distances. And this is bad because that torque converter slippage creates a ton of heat in the transmission and can eventually lead to the transmission getting cooked and being junk. If you've made it this far, you probably heard my dad say, "Oh, he gouged the wheel." Well, that wasn't actually the wheel. As we can see here, I got into the plastic cladding on the rocker panel, into the plastic fender flare, and I even scratched and dented my door some. It happens when you're wheeling, and this would all be fairly easy to repair, so I'm not upset about it. Plus, as you can see, the car isn't that nice to begin with.